So, hello and welcome. My name's Steve Nobel, and today I'm speaking with Kelly Leanings on activating your Akashic connection. Now, Kelly, her journey started in 2015, where she was intuitively led to energy healing angels in the Akashic Records. Now, Kelly teaches others to activate their inner healer through the guidance of the Akashic Records, and she does crystal healing, channeling, hypnosis, past life regression, light language transmissions, guided meditations, much more. And her website is kellyleaning.com, and a link will go out with this podcast. So, hi, Kelly.
Hello, hi. Thank you for having me, Steve.
Oh, I forgot to say you're based in Germany,
I am.
even though you're a Brit who escaped to Germany. Well,
Yeah.
lots of apple strudel or something over there, hopefully. Um, can I ask you, you were intuitively guided to the angels, the Akashic Records, and all these various energy healing modalities. How did it all begin for you?
Well, my journey, I must admit, is probably like most people, it was very unexpected. I kind of just, it really kicked off in 2015 when I hit rock bottom when my marriage ended. And being alone here in Germany, so my family was back in the UK and my kids were only 3 and 5 at the time. So I was kind of really at a lost end, kind of lost my identity, didn't know who I was anymore. And it was just trying to keep my head above water. And I was intuitively led to Reiki because I tried everything else and I was just in autopilot, basically going to work, being mum, just, trying to be that perfect mum as well, because obviously I thought, okay, the relationship's gone now. I really need to make sure that I'm performing well as a mum. And I was intuitively led to Reiki, to someone in the UK. And I thought, I have no idea what this is, but I'm going to give it a go. And through actually having that one session, I felt a shift in my energy. I couldn't explain it. My logical mind didn't understand it. And I was like, okay, this feels good. This is helping me. I don't know how it's helping me, but I'm going to trust it. So I had a few sessions and I thought, well, I had a history of being very codependent and also shy and these people pleasing aspects. And I thought, I kind of want to be able to have that empower myself that I can, channel the energy myself so I can heal myself. And most importantly, my boys weren't sleeping too well at the time. And I thought, that will help them soften their energy down so they can relax before they go to bed. So I ended up firstly, it was a goddess ice activation, which then led me onto the Reiki. And from then onwards, everything started to kind of unpack itself without me kind of knowing. It was like my psychic skills were coming on. I just instantly knew stuff and it just felt normal. But I didn't overthink it. I was still focusing, trying to keep my head above water and just being mum and going to work, working in corporate and stuff. And after, I think, and I find this when I speak to lots of other people, when you start on this path, it usually starts to unfold like breadcrumbs. You get led from one thing to the other, and the mind gets very curious. And that's how it happened. I ended up landing on a mailing list for the Akashic Records with my mentor Emily Harrison at the Akashic, at the Akashic Academy, and I had a session with her, but I don't know what this is. So it was really like for me, I was just leading myself blindly through this. And ended up having a session with Emily, and she's like, Kelly, do you not realize like you're in the Akashic Records the whole time? And I'm like, well, I didn't really know what they are, but okay. So I was like, I better learn how to try and work out what this is. And so I ended up taking her certification course, and I graduated in that in 2019. And since then, I got interested into the angels, done angelic healing and guidance, also got certified in crystal energy healing, and then it just kind of the curiousness in me just kind of went down that rabbit hole probably and just started to embody it all. But to be fair, I think the Akashic Records is something which is very dear to me. It really feels like a common home there, and I always believe if I can tap into that, everyone else can, because it's just, for me, I just want to enable it for everyone who has interest or wants to know more to be able to, learn how to read the Akashic Records or to work with the energy, even if I obviously teach Reiki as well. But it's just allowing that bigger version of yourself to come through, which we never actually thought was there. I was oblivious to the whole thing, you know. I would never have dreamt I was on this path ever. And, you know, it's regrettable that, you know, my marriage fell apart. But without that, I don't know if I would have landed where I am today. So, you know, I've got two
I know
healthy
that one.
children. Yeah, I've got two healthy children. And you know, it's just obviously we're all having the human experience here, and we're not always surfing rainbows and catching stars the whole time. You know, we go through some real dark moments, and you know, the breakup of my marriage was really, really dark for me, and I felt completely scattered and shattered. And it was like, okay, I need to piece myself together because I don't know who this Kelly avatar was up to then. You know, it was just like I met my ex when I was in my 20s. Actually, when I was 20. So it was like 15 whole years of being in that relationship, which obviously was good at times as well before it got to the end. Um, Otherwise, the children wouldn't be there. But it's just like I didn't know who I was anymore. I'd lost my identity. And it's through embarking on this journey, even though I was probably pushed onto it indirectly, that everything's kind of unpacked itself. And I'm very grateful for the energy work that I do, more so for the fact that this last year I actually had a burnout myself due to, you know, sometimes we slip up on our energy clearing and energetic boundaries, and yeah, life gets loud and we get a bit swamped by it sometimes. And yeah, I got burnt out, and I think it would have happened a lot quicker if I hadn't actually you know, had the energy work. I've lost my earpod. Oh God, never mind.
Oh, all right. You can hear me all right?
I can hear you fine, thank you.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, what are the Akashic Records? So I know that people have different ideas about it. I've read all kinds of ideas, but how do you experience them? What are they from your point of view?
From my point of view, when I teach this or when I explain it to people who are coming to me for a reading, for me, it's like a library in the sky, in the clouds, that visualization. And also to understand is like we have Google or we have, you know, all these search engines. And then you tap in your information and you want to get your answer. And for me, the Akashic Records are a lot better than Google because you actually get the information what you're supposed to get. Google can sometimes, you know, throw out lots of stuff which is no interest of you or gets you down a different rabbit hole which you didn't want to go on. So for me, the Akashic Records is, you know, this library of your soul from past, present, or future possibilities. And, you know, every thought, every experience, everything we've experienced as a soul since we've been here is saved in these records. And we have the opportunity to connect to our, you know, our Akashic team to access this information. And this is really a wonderful space for me because what I love about it is that when you are in the space of the Akashic Records, for me, it feels like you're going home. It feels like you're in this big energetic hug and it just feels really safe, really cozy, and just, you know, you can sit in that space and actually just be filled up with goodness. And at the same time, you're also feeling that healing energy coming through. And when you can unable to connect, when you're able to connect to your guides as well, what I love about it is that they only provide you with the information what you're ready to digest, embody in that moment of time, because they understand that they don't want to short fuse you basically. So that's how I see the Akashic Records.
Cool. And are they difficult to read or to translate? Um, how do you find the kind of reading of? Because is it like having a big library, or is it like having a big number of computer screens, or how is it that you can actually access?
For me, it's like I always lead my clients, or when I teach, you know, a way to access the records. When I do a reading, I lead them through meditation. So we're opening the body, opening the channel, and I actually take them into their Akashic Records with me. So it's through a guided meditation, and then through the 5 Om method, which I learned from Emily Harrison, to actually go into the records. And I always swear on this meditation because literally, you know, that when you've done this meditation, you've really anchored yourself into earth. You've crowned, you know, docked yourself into Father Sky, basically into the space of the Akashic field, and you're going through the portal of your heart. You're your rainbow bridge is activated, all your chakras are aligned and activated, and you would go into that space, and everybody receives it differently. I don't think there's one way. I think everyone receives it in their own unique way. I receive it channeling wise, it just streams through me. It's just coming through me. Sometimes it's visual. Sometimes it's like I'll get images of certain films or something which would be relatable to that person who I'm reading for. And it's just from a very intuitive knowing which comes through. And I completely, trust what comes through as and what the guides want to show me. And sometimes it's audio. It's all of my clairsensors basically get switched on, and they communicate in the best way, which is for the person I'm reading for. So I'm
Right.
just the messenger, basically.
And you sense a team. I mean, sometimes people call them the recording angels or the Akashic team. Do you sense like one or more beings guiding you through the library?
I do, but it always changes. I always call in when we go into the records. I always call on their spirit team, any guides, any angels, the masters and the teachers who are supporting the individual who I'm reading for. And I feel that presence, and it's really beautiful because I always feel that presence going around that individual, like really like holding them tight. And it's like they always have this message of encouragement to start off with. I feel, to say, like, if we got your back, we're there. And I always say your Akashic spirit team, they're your biggest cheerleader. They want to make you feel as good as possible, to get through each day as well as you possibly can, so you can align yourself to that higher version of yourself, and to also see yourself with the unconditional love that they have for you. They want you to have for yourself, but also to drop any judgment, because we are often criticizing ourselves, judging ourselves. That that negative self-talk that we all fall into, all of us. None of us are immune to it. It happens.
Yeah.
And just to really to shine a light on who you are, so you can switch on your light again, basically.
So I had a reading with you I don't know,
You
a month
did.
ago, was it? The end of last year.
Yeah,
And because the question was, well, what is the benefits? But I think it's worth saying that actually I had a reading, and it really kind of helps connect with the multidimensionality of the soul, where we've been.
yeah,
And as soon as like you gave me one or two things, and I was like, oh, that helped me connect the dots in that area, or that was a piece of the jigsaw puzzle that helps me understand that. So is it about understanding, giving a bigger picture, helping to connect the dots, or is it much more than that, would you say, reading the records?
it's all very individual. It's really what that person needs in that moment in time. Obviously people come in with their questions, and we would get the information what's ready for them to embody and to understand at that time, which would positively lead them forward on their life journey. However, sometimes it's reassurance, sometimes it's mirroring back what you already have kind of got a feeling about, but you might not be trusting it. So it's
Yeah.
being relayed back to you to establish that self-trust. A lot of healing happens in that space. So I do a lot of healing work in that space too, whether it's clearing, whether it's, past life, or, ancestral. Anything can come through. Or when they're struggling with I had a client come through once who was having trouble expressing herself. She felt like she had something blocked around her throat. And equally, her daughter was being pulled up for being really quiet and not expressing herself at school, and literally done a clearing, and like light language actually came through. So in the Akashic Records, everything comes through for me, basically. So I always think that the Akashic Records, they amplify any other healing modalities that you are working with. So I find it just really individual. And that's what
Right.
happened. It happened. We done a light language clearing in the space of her Akashic records. And the next day she was writing me, like 2 days later, she was saying, "Oh my God, Kelly, you can't believe this would happen. I've got a phone call from my daughter's teacher, and she's been like on top form, and she's been really happy because she was really sad at school. And it enabled her, the clearing through her mum, cleared through the daughter, which just blows my mind because I wasn't expecting that.
That's amazing. When I ask you
Yeah.
about, because there's a lot of interest in light language at the moment, is this something that activates potentially in the Akashic records, or did it activate for you in the Akashic records?
For me, I was always drawn to it. I like listening to it. I just found it fascinating. And I don't know if I can't say it activated in my Akashic Records. It was more so that it just happened when I was driving the car. Somehow I was driving my car and like suddenly I had this urge to speak. And I was speaking gobbledygook. I didn't know what I was saying. I was like, I'm just talking rubbish here. I don't know what this is all about. But it happens and I just trust it and it just comes through. And it is more amplified when I'm in that channeling space, yes. So probably, yeah, the Akashic Records is where it comes through.
Great. Can I ask you about channeling? You just mentioned channeling because for a lot of people, channeling obviously is connecting with higher beings, but is there a way of because I think that we learn a lot of skills over many lifetimes that the Akashic Records holds this for us that we can actually, I remember how to do like the Matrix, I know how to do Kung Fu type of thing. Is that like the Akashic Records a bit like that? You put a disc in and you go, oh, I know how to do transmissions. I know how to do so-and-so.
It is kind of a bit like that because I always find the Akashic activates that remembrance. And it's like remembrance more so of your inner knowing, what's already in there, what you may have stuffed down due to conditioning, with everything we've gone through in life, fear of being seen. And it's suddenly like that recognition's like, oh my goodness, I kind of knew that. Okay. And it gets switched on again. I always find the Akashic Records and opens up that space for everything to get switched back on, which we may have just turned off because we didn't want to be seen, heard, or it wasn't called for at the time, maybe.
Now, I know you're going to do a meditation activating your Akashic connection, but before that, can we just talk about a training you're offering as a certified Akashic Records reader, levels 1 to 3? Can you say something about that training?
Okay, yeah, it's a 3-level program. It's actually possible just to do level 1. So if you were just interested in learning to read the Akashic Records for yourself, it's usually it's a webinar, 2 webinars, an opening and a closing webinar, and then some recorded content consisting of 7 videos for the first level. Each level is 7 videos. And level 1 is really about, learning more about the Akashic Records, learning to connect to your Akashic Records, receiving a light bath in the space of the Akashic Records, sorting out any blocks what be turning up for you, which is basically, stagnicity or anything with like past lives, or, you abusing your skills or something in a previous lifetime or something, or not trusting to speak your truth because something might happen to you. And also how you can like tap into the past and clear stuff in the past, align it to the present moment, and then call them future timelines. And level 2 is where you go more deeper into the healing aspect with, past life regression, and also inner child healing and past life retrieval, reclaiming ancient gifts, and then reading the records for crystals, for your animals, for the house you live in, for your business, because everything has Akashic Records. And then in level 3 is more, you build on those skills and then would learn how to read the records for other people. And after completion of that, you would then set up an appointment with me and you would read my Akashic Records. And after that, you'd be certified as an Akashic Record practitioner and could use this as a business for yourself or just for personal use.
Brilliant. And I think you're going to be starting this in March, but more details to follow. Great. Okay, Kelly. Well, I know you're going to do a meditation, so I'm going to hand over to you, and all yours.
Okay, thank you. Okay, everyone. So get yourself nice and comfortable, taking a nice deep breath and getting yourself comfy, whether you're sitting down or laying down, and relaxing those shoulders and making that spine nice and straight and aligned. Soles of your feet placed on the floor beneath you, or your tailbone on the seat beneath you, or the bed beneath you, or the floor, wherever you're sitting. We're just going to take some nice deep breaths together, taking one nice deep breath now, really feeling your belly expand, filling it up to its fullest capacity. And on your exhale, you're going to release anything which happened just beforehand today. Just going to let that go with that exhale. And then you're going to take another nice deep breath in, really expanding that belly and bringing that breath up even higher to your rib cage, expanding your lungs to their fullest capacity, remembering to relax those shoulders. And on that exhale, letting go of anything that no longer serves you, any worries or concerns, just letting them go with that breath as you send that out. And then taking another nice deep breath in, expanding that belly, expanding your rib cage, your lungs being filled to their fullest capacity, and opening up that heart space. And just holding that breath for 1, 2, 3, and then letting that breath go. Exhaling, sending that breath down your spinal cord, setting the intention to send that energy down into your hips and pelvis, down into your thighs, into your knees, into your shins and the back of your legs, into your ankles, and slowly feeding into your feet, going into each and every toe, and then slowly coming out of the soles of your feet. So you can imagine roots coming out the soles of your feet as they kiss the ground beneath you, and then slowly penetrate through the ground beneath you, passing through the earth's surface, sending it deeper down, past the ancient caves of ancestral wisdom, sending it even deeper, past the sacred waters, clearing, washing away any worries and concerns, purifying the energy, and sending it even further down to the burning lava, and allowing that energy to be transmuted, any stagnicity to be transmuted with that fire energy, and then sending these roots even further down, going deeper and deeper and deeper, so you see the crystalline core of Mother Earth. And then when you get to the crystalline core of Mother Earth, you might visualize this, you might see it, and if you don't, just know and set the intention that everything is exactly as it's supposed to be. And invite those roots of yours to wrap themselves around the crystalline core of Mother Earth, enabling yourself to be docking into this glorious energy of Mother Earth, allowing yourself to feel grounded, allowing yourself to feel supported, to be held like a mother holds a child, or a parent holds their child in their arms. And just really breathe into this energy. Take a nice deep breath, connecting with this divine blueprint of Mother Gaia. Okay? Now on your next inhale, you're going to pull up this energy of unconditional love up through those roots, passing the various layers of the earth, past the sacred flames, past the sacred waters, passing the sacred caves and soils of ancestral wisdom, going higher and higher till you might actually feel it tickling the soles of your feet. And allow it to then enter in through the soles of your feet, climbing up your shins and the backs of your legs, swirling around your knees, up your thighs, and into your hips and pelvis. And now by doing so, we're now going to activate your rainbow bridge within. Okay? So we're going to switch on the rainbow bridge within as well. So at the base of your spine, your root chakra, your base chakra, you're going to see a beautiful red light switching on. See this glorious ruby red light switching on, cleansing and removing any blocks as it clears, activates and aligns, and really anchors you even further in down to Mother Earth. Okay? Now pulling this energy up further, setting the intention to pull up this energy further to space just above, just below your belly button, sacral. You can see a beautiful bright orange light switching on here, okay? Which is going to amplify your self-worth, your self-esteem, as you birth your creations into this world with a feeling of joy, and really connecting you to your sweetness, to your emotions, to your feelings, to your sexuality, to your sensuality, and really allowing you to feel pleasure And this beautiful bright orange light is going to be switching on, growing inside, turning faster and faster as it spins, activates, and brings itself into alignment. Now we're going to pull this energy up even higher to space just above your belly button, your solar plexus. Your inner sun is going to be shining here, switching itself on, activating, aligning as it spins, as this energy center spins, grows inside, and really activates the light for you to guide you through your gut instinct, okay? And so you can embark fearlessly on your soul mission, activating that self-confidence, that self-worth, energizing you, and burning away anything which is holding you back from standing in your greatness, with that beautiful sun and golden light. Okay, and letting go of anything which has been draining you and extinguished with that beautiful light as well. Creating balance, okay? Now you're going to pull that energy up even higher to the place of your heart space. And you can see a glorious, gorgeous glowing green light activating in this energy center. Switching on, also growing inside, spinning faster and faster as it brings itself into alignment. Opening yourself up to receiving more love, to expressing more love, to opening up to more kindness, and feeling the unconditional love of the earth as well, and just really expanding that heart space and letting go of any past hurts which have been holding you back, releasing any judgment, just really tapping into that heart energy. Okay, and then we're going to pull it up even higher to your throat, and you can see a royal blue light switching on here in this energy center. And this royal blue light is going to be expanding in size, spinning faster and faster, and really switching on and aligning as it activates itself, opening you up to speak your utmost truth and to speak with clarity, to speak with ease, and really fearlessly being you, but also in a way which is that you're mindful to other people with your words too, okay? And it's also creating and aligning your communication with spirit, and just really amplify that royal blue light in that space now. And then pulling the energy up even higher to the space between your brow, your third eye, and this indigo light is going to be switching on here. And it's really activating your connection to spirit as it grows in size, enlarges, and spins faster and faster, and really enabling you to trust that intuition and to acknowledge the signs and the visions that you're seeing and receiving as you walk your sacred path here on earth. And you're pulling that energy up even higher to the crown of your head, and you're going to see a beautiful violet light switching on, activating, aligning as it grows in size and expands, connecting you to everything which is going to come through today for you. And as you breathe in and out, as you activate your rainbow bridge within you, you breathe in, and you're going to see the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the indigo, and the violet lights dancing. And as you exhale, you'll see the violet, the indigo, the blue, the green, the yellow, the orange, and the red lights dancing. And as they dance, you might feel sensations, you might see visions, you might hear noises, tones. And just know that by doing this, you're actually activating your clair sense at the same time and creating space for everything to come through today, and also, waking up and even dormant DNA and activating your cells which have been asleep, Keep breathing in and out. Allow that rainbow bridge to dance its sacred dance. And on your next inhale, when you breathe all up to the crown of your head, I'd like to invite you to set the intention to send this energy out of the crown of your head, to send it up higher through the ceiling of the room you're in, through the roof of the building that you're in, up higher past the clouds, the moon and stars, the sun, passing through the great central sun, through our galaxy, exiting our galaxy, and going higher and higher into the space of the into the space of the Akashic field, into the space of Father Sky. Now just allow yourself to anchor yourself and dock into the sacred space, and just know that the intention alone is making this possible. You might feel a little resistance as you send this energy up. That's totally normal. Just know that you're doing great right now. And as you're docked into this Father Sky, you're being held by the Great Mother, supported as above, so below. Just allow yourself to sit in the space with your column of light, your rainbow bridge activated, and you really are the channel here between heaven and earth. And on your next inhale, I'm going to invite you now to pull down that light, that wisdom, that guidance, that healing, that nourishment that wants to come through to you today. Set the intention to pull this down from the Akashic field, from Father Sky. So know that it's coming down, passing through into our galaxy, to the great central sun, the moon and stars, the clouds, entering the roof of the building you're in, and entering the ceiling of the room you're in. And you might actually even feel it entering the crown of your head. Allowing this to enter the crown of your head, gliding down your face, past your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your throat, and anchoring itself in the space of your heart, where it merges with the energy of Mother Earth as well. Okay, you're going to allow those two energies to merge, and you're going to visualize an infinity symbol, a figure 8, in the space of your heart. And allow this figure 8 to spin around, to even grow in size. So it's actually like you're sitting inside this infinity symbol yourself. You've made it so large that it's completely embodying you. And this is equally activating you and bringing stuff online for you too. And then focusing on that heart. And if anything's popping into your mind now, okay? Any thoughts which keep cropping up still, I'm going to invite you now to place them into a golden ball which is levitating in front of your third eye, okay? Place those thoughts there and set the intention as we move our mind consciousness into our heart consciousness. Pull that golden ball down and insert it into your heart space. Take a nice deep breath as you shift that mind consciousness into your heart consciousness. And now from the space of your heart, I'm going to invite you now to just really expand the light within you, okay? So visualize either a flower or even a candlelight. And this candlelight, if you go for a light like spark of you, you're going to allow it to grow in size as well, okay? We're really going to activate our heart chakra now. Because it's through the space of our heart that we actually enter your Akashic Records. Today we're going to activate the Akashic connection. So we're not going to go into the record. It's going to activate that connection for you. Okay? So you're sitting in that space, being held from Mother Earth and also by Father Sky. Okay? Now when you set that intention on your heart space, and that light within you, that spark, is growing larger and larger. And at the same time, you're going to imagine even more light coming down from the space of the Akashic field, from Father Sky. And you're going to feel this light being poured down like honeycomb. Okay, this golden white light is pouring into your actual entire being, completely down your whole body, filling up the toes to the top of your head. Just allowing this to all fill you up. We all need some rest and replenishment. And as you're sitting in this space, you're actually sitting in an Akashic light bath, okay? So you can also set the intention, any guidance or any healing which needs to come through today to you, what you're ready to embody. You can invite this to come through now. And just sit in this space and allow your cup to be filled. Some real self-care with you right now. Know that being held from below. You might even feel it pouring into the crown of your head. Trust anything which is coming through to you. Absolutely anything. And if you feel inclined, you might even want to ask a question. Maybe, what do I need to know right now? Just go with anything which comes intuitively through to you. You're inviting your guidance, you're ready to step through while you sit in this Akashic light bath. A little bit of light language which wants to come through. So take what resonates and the rest you can leave. Orosoriankaria mahana atariaka, ianaharia kasanataria mahanataka, motosoria mokoromia ana ariaka hamaha, iahandiakaria masotoria mokokoriaka, mianahariaka amasa ana aria ama atianakariaka. Take a nice deep breath. Allow that inner light within you to expand even more. If you've visualized a flower, you might want to imagine that flower starting to bloom, petal for petal opening. The flame, see that inner flame growing brighter and brighter. Really activating your light and allowing and knowing that everything's flowing into you from above as you're being held from below. Otosori makaria ma asana ataria maka. Mihanataria ma okumo otori masina akari maha. Mihana aharia ma akama asataria ma kotori ma kotoria kaka. Ianakaria kaka. Take a nice deep breath in. And I invite you now to place your hands on your heart space. And decree with me, I am activating my Akashic connection. I am ready to receive. Just allow even more so energy to come through to you. Everything what you need in this moment right now, wherever you may be. Allow yourself to be nourished. You can sit in the space as long as you feel called to, and you can repeat this as often as you feel called to. But for now, I'm going to slowly come out of this meditation. Placing your hands on your lap, or you can hold them on your heart space if you wish to. And just returning back to tension, back to your breath. Taking some nice deep breaths. Setting the intention that this cord of light which you've sent up through the crown of your head, that you're going to pull this cord down now. Okay? You feel it coming in towards you, down from the Akashic field from Father Sky, coming down, And then in the crown of your head, just like you felt the energy come down, you can bring that thought down now. You're going to let it settle in your heart space. And keep you anchored to Mother Earth. And you can't smile on your face. You may want to start wiggling your fingers and toes, maybe rubbing your hands up and down on your thighs, maybe giving yourself a couple of shoulder rolls, feeling back into your earth suit, into your body. And make sure you drink plenty of water. If you can get outside into nature and get some fresh air, do so. If you can move your body, maybe give yourself a body shake, that would be awesome too. But definitely plenty of water would be great. And when you're ready, I invite you now to slowly open your eyes and come back into this space.